So if you're from the Muslim business community, you by now have heard of Com Mirza getting arrested in Dubai. I want to shed some light on this because first of all, I save quite a bit of my money not investing with him. And at the same time, I think we can all as a community learn something from him. So it all started a few years back when I heard of this guy named Haroon Qureshi, and I was seeing a lot of his ads show up on Facebook. From what I know, I think he was involved on Amazon, and he had his own course teaching people how to sell on Amazon. Now, I didn't take that course, but I knew what he was doing. Then after some time, I started to see more ads from him calling people in the UK to an event in London where he's going to, try to gather a bunch of entrepreneurs and discuss this new business opportunity that's going to help the Muslim community here in the UK and a majority of the Western countries. And at the time, I said, okay, might as well just go see what's going on in the Muslim business space here in the UK. And hence, I decided I want to attend this. And whilst reading about the event and the people who are going to be attend, I read about Com Mirza. At the time, he seemed to be this, massively rich guy in Dubai doing business and such. And I thought nothing much of him at the time because I was going to this event for the Muslim Business Network and also to kind of meet Haroon Qureshi, know more about him rather than Com Mirza. Anyhow, so it was this weekend event. So I booked my hotel, went there, and then the day of the event, I, attend the first day, and you kind of feel happy knowing so many Muslims at the same hall, trying to learn about business, helping each other out, discussing ideas. So we go to the event, we pray together, we eat food and everything. And then the event starts. And, it was a lot of rah-rah and shouting and something that's not common here in the UK and British people. So, and then Com Mirza comes on stage and he's very energetic, very comedic and, cracking jokes. And, the whole event starts to go on and there's talk about, becoming one community and helping each other out. And you just feel really part of this sort of cult, although it wasn't. But anyways, we were there to learn about this business opportunity. And so the first day is over and we learned nothing about the business model and how it's going to work. I think they were asking for like a £5,000 initial investment, and then after that, you keep on investing more if you want. And during the event, we were pitched I think 12 other business opportunities. So all sort of people who were pitching their businesses to us. They were like photographer and wedding organizer and some mindset sort of programs and all kind of bunch of things, just random things. Again, they might be legitimate businesses. It's just that I'm sure they would have paid Com and the event people, I assume, money to kind of pitch their businesses. Anyways, first day goes by and we learn nothing about the business model. Now, leading up to the event, we are kind of emailed and messaged details about the business model. It seemed very strange because they were giving you pockets of information and not necessarily the entire picture. So you were given a designated postcode in the UK, and if you don't know, it's just like a small region, and you were to find all the personal trainers in that area and then register them with yourself and then put them on this database that they had created. Basically, I have to keep on doing this for free for a few months, and then after a year or so, they would generate somehow money from this database and you kind of get paid for that. And it was very strange because it was first person trainers, then say, oh yeah, person trainers done, now we can get chiropractors and like all sort of these different sort of people, different sort of careers that you had to target in your postcode and try to get them on this database. It was just not making sense how you would get paid. I mean, if two people are given a postcode, their postcode might be bigger, or postcode might be in the middle of London, for example, where a bunch of businesses are established and people have been registered there, and then somebody can get a postcode in the middle of a field where you might find nobody. And how do they get paid? Do they get paid equally? And then how the one person is working a lot, another isn't. So still both are getting paid. And if they're not going to be getting paid equally, and it's based on how much people they register and everything, then that's kind of bad luck because you didn't choose the postcode, they were given to you. So if somebody's given a bad postcode, then from the start earn less, whereas somebody else will earn more. I mean, you don't have to be business savvy, you just needed to have common sense to start to pick pick up on things not making sense. There were a lot of loopholes, things were not making sense. And this event, basically, I went to find out what this business model is really. I wanted to get answers. So the first day goes on, we learn nothing about the business. It's all about we are one and we need to, help each other out, and all these other businesses being pitched at us, which we were not there to learn about. Anyways, and then the second day goes by, again, we learn nothing. And then third day comes in, and every time we were told, oh yeah, we're going to learn about the business model the next day, and it never came. We never learned anything about the business. I mean, whenever you attend an event, you make like small groups, and we had a group of like 8-9 brothers started to form a group, and most of us were kind of into business. I think all of us were into business, and we were doing some sort of business of our own. And all of us, right on the first day, we knew this doesn't make sense. This is not a legitimate business. Some of us even kind of flagged it as some sort of a scam. But when you see so many people and everything, you might be thinking maybe it's just something I don't know, because this is the guy on the stage, Com Mirza. He's allegedly millionaire, and I'm pretty sure he is. And all these people are buying into the situation. Maybe I'm not getting something, but because I wasn't satisfied, my other friends weren't satisfied, we never invested. However, at the same time, we did see a lot of people sign up and a lot of people invest. When he pitched his Habibi coin, the cryptocurrency that he had just formed, we saw a lot of people run to the stage and buy a lot of these Habibi coins. And it just was such a circus, to be honest. You could tell something is definitely not right here. And I think somebody tried to kind of ask questions. Some of my friends in the group did see this with their own eyes. So they told me that Haroon Qureshi asked the security guards to get that person out of the event because he was asking questions about how the business worked. And so that was a bad sign. There was like so many bad signs after bad signs after bad signs coming in. I mean, the email about the event was, come down to London and we explain how the business model works. And the whole event is over, and we never ever are familiarized with how you would earn money, how the business would earn money. It just didn't go into it at all. I mean, there are people from all walks of life there. There were people all the way who were business owners, and then there were people who were in their 9-to-5 jobs, like good experts, like doctors, engineers, people in the government entities. And then there were like people from the other end of the spectrum, which were like taxi drivers and people who had takeaways, and people who had no idea about the internet, but they just wanted to get a business running up online. And I think I'm a bit sad because, one, they took money from people clearly who had no idea what they were getting into. Secondly, they used the Islamic religion so much. Every single sentence used to finish with inshallah, mashallah, alhamdulillah, whatever. I mean, I understand when somebody normally talks like that. Even if people use those sort of words, there's a time when you understand this is being said a bit too much. And those kind of things were used like marketing tools, I would say, in trying to lure you into believing what they're saying. And it was really shameful because it seemed so ungenuine. So one, they got people from all walks of life to invest with them. People who I knew were giving up their life savings to buy into this thing. Secondly, they were using Islam as a way of marketing the business and trying to lure you in. Thirdly, I understand sometimes you want to start a business and you have high hopes for it, and businesses fail, that is fine. But this business model from the get-go wasn't something that was going to work. And then fourthly, throughout the event, they had this very condescending sort of tone. So Com Mirza had this brother, and he is supposed to be this mathematical genius. And they kept on making the excuse of not explaining what the business model is because the business model is so complex and it's based on algorithms. They kept on using the word algorithms as if... Anyways, so his brother, this math genius, had come up with algorithms which were so groundbreaking, it's going to make this business skyrocket to success instantly. First of all, nobody can give you a surety of a business working. Nobody can. So that was kind of turning me off because I'm an engineer, I understand math, okay, but you can at least break down or dumb down the math to make a common person understand what you're trying to say or how the business works. He kept on saying it again and again that just don't worry about that. You're a millionaire. That's done. Don't think about it. They kept on saying this. Actually, on the first day, on the second day when they came, they said, yesterday, first day, we made $1 million. And everybody was like, yeah, we made $1 million. It was It was quite a sorry scene. But then again, people who were experienced could tell, and they never invested. However, like one of the people in my group, the group of 8-9 brothers, he just messaged us, and we found out he lost 40,000 pounds to Com Mirza and this whole business model. And luckily that brother has other businesses, and he will survive, and he has a strong mind. He's young, but there will be so many elder people who have given up their life savings to invest into that business, and I don't know how they would have taken this. When you've worked for hours and months and years trying to save up, by trying taxis or whatever, and you finally got up to 30, 40,000, 50,000 pounds of savings, and then it goes instantly, it takes a very high toll on you. Anyways, I want to wrap this up, but just wanted to let you know that in future, if a business seems or sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. And secondly, don't invest into a business just because the person is Muslim or he says mashallah, alhamdulillah, whatever. And also, if you're a business owner yourself, don't use religion as a marketing tool. Don't do it. If you are actually a Muslim and believe in Allah, then you should be scared of using His words to get money out of people's pockets, because you will be held accountable for that. And giving up words of Allah for the sake of money is a very bad deal. If you're into business, it is a very bad deal indeed. So save yourself, work hard, and try to stay away from scams. That's all from me now. Take care.